I'm out on the desert playing with the coyotes.
What are you playing the coyotes with?
Catch the mouse.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
And danger.
Yeah.
Progress.
They shouldn't mistake me for the mouse.
Hi Joyce, how are you? Oh, you did? I moved here for work, and my daughter and her kids followed after super young age. They're here, you know, fully established. They don't want We got married last October. There you go.
Okay, so he's a pretty serious girl, but he's slipping right. Still.
I said the same to that. I was like, until you're like 28.
I ended up this. I have two. It's a long. I don't know what happened, but I ended up with two.
And that's quite a good deal to go through.
Yeah, you should.
I do go a lot. And it's, you know, oh, wow. But it's, so you have one son.
Two, I have two grandkids.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, where's Dawn? Is Dawn? I think Dawn might be out of town. Is he?
He is. He's another couple of weeks.
There he is. I see him now on the screen. Dawn, you're supposed to be here connecting our system. Can you run over real quick? Can you even hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It doesn't sound
I
like
can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
So Dawn says he can hear me, but I can't hear him.
You notice I'm still in the process of setting everything
Where's
up.
the IT guy?
No,
You
you're
have
standing
somebody to
there.
blame.
Oh, there we are. There we are. Lauren.
Here? Can you see him?
Oh,
Yeah.
There we are. Perfect. Good job, Angie.
In process.
You saved the day. You saved the day.
Well, can you hear me now?
Oh, now we can.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah,
Good
you
job.
saved the day, Dawn.
Yeah, I know.
Good morning, Zoomers. Hi, Larry.
How is Zoom hearing us? Do I need to plug in the microphone? How do you guys hear us? Do you hear us okay?
We're hearing you very well.
Okay, perfect. Eileen can hear us too. Okay, perfect. Good morning, Ron and Jim.
Morning.
Eileen.
Morning.
Warning. Oh,
It's
morning.
getting over 3 cold days.
Morning,
We're having a 70-degree day today.
Rub it in, Larry.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know, cold days are awful.
I guess it's 65.
Yeah, 55 is terrible.
That's awesome. Don, are you in Mexico?
I'm
No.
in San Diego right now.
Oh.
And it's been cold here too, but getting up into about 70 during the day.
Turn it off. Okay. Call to order. Did I ding it? Okay, so here we go. I'm running late because I didn't. So our school district's fault. Because the clock is not working, because obviously the fireman hasn't come to reconnect their fire system or whatever.
They put it back.
Oh, Gary! You
They put it back here out of view.
I'm too old, I can't see that far. Okay, so, Gary, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance since you're standing and ready to go?
Sure.
Thank
I
you.
pledge allegiance.
Where's the?
Flags over here on the picture.
Allegiance.
There it is.
Flag of the United States of
States of
America.
America. It stands. God,
Indivisible.
indivisible, justice for all.
Anybody want to do the four-way test?
Yes.
Is it
James,
the truth?
No, you're supposed to say it's first.
Oh.
The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First.
is it the truth? Okay,
Second.
here's the
They're all
truth.
concerned. Third. Fourth. And fifth. Goodbye. Six.
Ethan, corn on the
Rotary
cob
meeting.
butter.
Oh, that's
It's
coming.
coming soon, you guys. It's coming soon.
No.
Okay, Eileen, there you are. You moved your screen position. I can't keep up. Do you have a Friday inspiration for us?
I do. And today's inspiration is the best teachers are those who tell you where to look, but don't tell you what to see.
Ooh, good one.
Nice.
Good one. That's a really good one.
I don't know.
Hey,
Thank you.
I got a request. Is there any way you guys can turn your?
This is more.
Don's asking a question.
Yes.
I'm asking, can you turn your camera on or something?
Yeah,
I
zip
don't
over
know if I
here.
can figure out your camera setup or not, so we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Stand by.
I'm working on it.
It's a work in progress.
Yes, we're getting there. So I think this is a really good fire drill that Don can no longer leave town. And Chris better show up for every meeting. We don't know where he is. Because we're kind of out, but you're doing a great job, Angie. And we're just lucky to have Angie. Normally she has to work on Friday mornings. So this is a total sport. Okay, so our guest today, let's look around the room. Who do we have?
Lisa,
We have Tracy. Tracy, are you a guest?
I have a guest with me.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like to introduce your
I would
guest?
love to. This is Lisa Lawless. She is HR Director at Outdoors for All Foundation. It's let's get these persons with disabilities able to enjoy the outdoors. So how can we?
You're kind of across around the fire. Yeah. She's across from you, so right across from you. Yeah. Alright, so Lisa has the deck for the summer because she has a full unobstructed view of it. And yeah, you have a picture of her somewhere. We're excited. So what? So we did, so as soon as she signs on the dotted line. If we remember, then we'll be doing a firefight.
We see you.
Right around sunset.
Yeah, sunset's amazing, yeah, for sure, she posts them on Facebook, they're amazing. Okay, so birthdays and all of that for today, we have 0 birthdays. February 18th, which is day to the next Thursday, 0 number of birthdays. We have 1
We see you, but we don't hear you.
What? Did we lose audio when we plugged in the camera?
The camera mic is a bad one.
Okay, so, one for no wedding anniversary,
For anniversary of today.
Better?
Yay!
Perfect. So, Mr. Larry Saint, is today a special day for you? Why can't
You're
you-
on mute,
You're on
Larry.
mute.
For me?
Yeah,
There you go.
today is your favorite day of the year.
It is.
It's like looking at
February
what.
18th.
All right, enough of the suspense.
Today, you've been in Rotary for 14 years.
Woo,
Really?
wow.
I'm coming up, Lauren. I'm gonna get you.
I think that's plannable.
Not from there. Okay, awesome. So announcements. I've got a couple things, just reminders, because we've got committee chairs to talk about their events. April 2nd is the day we're doing the interactive Wiggle Walk installation over at Highlands. Everything has been finalized. The sticker design has all been done. And so April 2, mark your calendars. That's going to be a good one. And we'll probably migrate from elementary school to the brewery after. A
So it's later
reminder.
in the day thing.
Pardon?
It's a later in the day event.
Well, maybe a couple of years.
That's a really good point and something I don't often think of. Maybe. So then, the next one, I want to remind you, I've got a great list of people going to the district conference in May. It's an event not to be missed because there's a foundation dinner Friday night and then the event Saturday and Sunday. That's May 13 to 15. Another reminder that you know of any other nonprofits, people doing great projects, or anyone that would like to apply for money from the club. We do have an application on our website for them to go in, fill out their application, submit it. It just needs to really be beneficial to all, not just one person, right? Because we do my favorite meeting of the year in June, where we hand out big checks to the fabulous people in town. So I want to remind everyone to remind all your friends and colleagues. And then also, super excited about, and Brian will talk more about this, about the blood drive coming up. So we don't have a date yet. We're still working on that, I don't think. But I do have a great list. So if you didn't get on the list last week, let me know, and I'd love to add you to the not the list to get blood, even though, because you're all going to do that. But anyone that has to come help check people in, you might get free cookies, you might get some orange slices. There's a benefit to volunteering. So if you're not on the list, let me know. We're still working with the Red Cross to coordinate dates, because it's really up to them where we fit in their schedule. But Brian will have more on that since he's the community services chair. Okay, so Val's not here today. Ken's not here today. Lori Westover, our treasurer, do you have a report?
We have money.
Good job.
Woo!
Still?
I move to accept that report.
Yeah. Motion carried.
That's it.
Awesome, good job. Okay.
Awesome.
Gary, do you have anything today as our club secretary?
I have a bunch of stuff. I just picked up this morning a check for $250 from Heritage Bank,
Oh, nice.
unsolicited as far as I know, unless they owe for last year.
Oh, geez.
Is
And then
that a
I've got
sponsorship?
another check for $40.44 from somebody. It's some bank, the Vanity Community Impact Fund.
So that's Facebook. That's what we've done fundraising on Facebook. It takes about a year, basically, to get the money out, and then they send it to you in a way that you don't know how you got it. What do you?
So the Heritage Bank thing, that wasn't postmarked in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I didn't look. I haven't had enough time. The other thing is that the next board meeting is Thursday, March 10th, I was going to say 2022. Anybody around in 1022? Lauren was. I forgot.
We didn't hear you.
One of the things that we have been talking about at Rotarians in Action Committee was developing a longer events calendar. And I haven't talked to James about it, but I experimented with it the other day. And I've got everything that I know of, including Rotarians in Action going forward for a while. I even put the meeting that Lance had last night on vocational education. You can simply go on the website, you can tap on calendar, and it should list everything. List whatever James puts in, what I put in. It's got all of the speakers that James has put in.
It shows up on Club Runner too.
It's
That's
got,
Club Runner.
it's on, but it's on the main page. I was on it
Yeah.
this morning. I just scrolled down
Yeah.
and our whole calendar.
And
So,
it was really Kyle and Brian and Connor and Chris Vallow that kind of started discussing this, I think at the first meeting in February. And so Brian and I talked about it the other night, so I went on, he and I were both going to experiment, so I just started playing around with it. Went there. Today, the Arlington Club is sponsoring a blood drive from 12 to 6 at the Stillaguamish Conference Center at 154 West Cox Avenue. I might go take a look just to see their operation and talk to them and see how it's going. Look at them. They do volunteers every 2 hours. So that's 6 volunteers that they would need for that day, plus somebody to open up, set up, and close. So just to give you a heads up on that. And then I already put this in one acknowledgement, but it needs repeating. Kristen Odegaard has done just an absolutely outstanding job at Interact as the advisor. 17 kids showed up on Saturday morning to go and do the road cleanup on 113th all the way down to Highway 92 in the roundabout, all the way around the parking lot and the fields around the high school. Then, to top it off, she had 40 at last Wednesday's meeting. Now, what happened on March 17th, they're having a St. Patrick's party, and of course, we're going to supply the pizzas.
no beer?
And, well, it'll be beer for a couple of us because she has made a request that Kevin and I come dressed in our Irish outfits. Now, I know what I have, but I have no idea what Kevin O'Brien will wear. Ron, I may need your help finding that out. And just a reminder, if you haven't paid your dues, pay your dues. That's it.
I have a question.
There'll definitely be a skirt involved.
Yeah, for sure.
What?
Will you talk about the Rotary, the Tuesday evening meetings, when are they again?
They're the first and the third Tuesday of the month. We only had 4 of us there, but we talked about, is Tuesday a bad day? Well, Monday's not a good day. Thursday is not a good day for some. Wednesday, Brian is not available. And so we're staying with Tuesday. And Kyle is committed. I will tell you that Kyle has a couple of potential members that he's already been talking to. And Dawn has one that showed up at a meeting. Vicky was her name, I think. And so we've got some interest out there. Let's just bring it to a conclusion. I still got 4 that I'm emailing every week, twice a week. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, up next, Dawn, do you have anything for club services?
Just to thank you to Angie.
Yeah, thank you. 100%. Okay, let's see who else. Tracy DeLorme
Yes,
for International. Do you have anything today?
I just again have to say that International IPA group is phenomenal. If you have not sponsored a student, please, there's always students available. 180 for a middle schooler a year for a 3-year commitment, 280 for a high schooler for a 3-year commitment down in Honduras. They just recently went down. They were fitting the students with their backpacks and their uniforms, and the kids love it. They're so excited to go to school. So love to have you sponsor. I cannot make the next IPA meeting, and it is March 17th in the evening. So if anybody can make it, it's a Zoom call. It's about 2 hours. Every time I go to the meeting, I sit and I listen in awe of what they accomplished. This group of volunteers, a collection of Rotary clubs in this area, lots up in Bellingham, Fidalgo Island, La Conner, Lake Stevens, yay, Lake Stevens. It's amazing. So if anybody can attend that meeting for me, take my proxy, I would love it. Again, it's via Zoom. So let me know. Thank you. That's it.
Awesome. Let's see, Ron, membership. You have anything today?
We got people.
Good job.
We got people.
What else do we need?
Zoom.
Beer? Oh yeah, Zoom. Beer, Zoom. Okay, Mr. Morehouse,
So
vocational services.
Vocational small but mighty group met last night in Sherwood, and we updated the scholarship applications. So hopefully by a week from Monday, we'll get that out to the students. Talk to Angie, she'll help me with the electronic format, we'll get it on the website. The only big change that we made last night was in the scoring, and every year it seems like we tinker a little bit with the scoring. So we increased the score that the interview will generate. So 30% interview, 30% essay, 30% activities, volunteer activities. So those are pretty straight across the board. And then a letter of recommendation in GPA rounds out the other 10%. So basically, we changed dates and just changed that scoring a little bit, but everything else remains the same.
Perfect. Thank you.
We're hoping for in-person interviews this year.
Okay, Eileen Levering, our PR chair. Do you have anything today?
I'm just continuing to post. And if you guys have anything you want me to post, please send it to me. That's all I have.
Did Gary send you photos of the road cleanup?
No, he has not.
No,
But if you do, I will post.
they're on the website. I'll send them.
Oh, if they're on the website, I can get them off the website.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Eileen. Okay, next one up is, okay, who wants to be our Sergeant of Arms today? Our Sergeant of Arms has this job. I actually texted him he should quit because he's getting in the way of Rotary.
Yeah.
So if you need fire services, Ron's going to be your man because I'm trying to get the chief to quit. Angie, do you want to be our Sergeant of Arms today?
I'm your IT today.
Contributed.
Okay, James, you're up. Thank you for taking the bucket.
As long as I don't kick it.
Okay. Yeah, not here.
Sure.
Perfect. Thank you.
I thought you were getting it.
All right, I'm gonna have our guest here pull out a red ticket, the red one now. Read us the last 3 numbers.
Okay, 209.
Ooh, an early bird.
Oh, Lisa?
No.
Wait a second, now they're working.
This one.
Excellent.
Not it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not it. There you go.
So So Tracy would have pulled a duck with, what is it, an X? And she, oh, a W for winner, sorry. I've never won, so I only see from afar what might be on the bottom. So, you win, what, is it half the pot or something?
Yeah, half of the happy.
Yeah.
It's up to 162.
Oh, sweet.
$2.
I
All
love it.
right.
Happy
Who's
bucks.
not wearing their badge or a rotary pin, we're gonna collect. Not Jeff,
Oh.
so.
I'll come back.
She doesn't have one yet.
That's fine.
Brian, do you have a report?
Okay. Anybody, how about you, folks in virtual land? Nobody's wearing their badge or pin? Okay. All right. Nobody was late today. Oh, the president was late today.
I've got hers, James.
You were
I'm
late
paying
today.
hers.
I'm never late.
I gotta carry on.
Oh, okay. Oh, starting the meeting. It's the school district's fault.
That's right. Sure. That's not gonna carry very long. All right.
I'll pay.
Now, she got,
I got
she
it.
got you
Oh,
covered,
thank you so much.
It's international dollars, but that'll work. All right. Who is happy today here in our great room?
Everybody.
Everybody. That's a four-letter word. You can't see it here. Whole.
This is a whole money clip
I'm
out.
always happy to be a Rotary.
Yes, sir. Happy to hear it.
Yes.
So here's $1 for that. But I've got another dollar, and that is some new developments on my Tesla car.
It better not be
I
Snoop
found
Dogg.
a couple days ago that I can now talk to the car and I don't have to use the touch screen.
Really?
What do you say to it?
Giddy up, horsey?
So anyhow, it's a new thing that I'm getting used to.
Does it talk back to you?
Not that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did
I
it
was,
drive you here this morning?
Yeah, he drove here.
No, did the car drive you here to this morning?
Oh, yes.
That just blows me away.
I was,
So cool.
I was in my bus the other day and I parked next to a Tesla. I was amazed because I could see the screen there. It's like, got a picture of all the vehicles around me. Like, that's slick.
They're really cool.
Anything else you're gonna contribute there, sir?
Lauren, you're still happy. I see your money clip.
I still got $1.
Yes.
Yes, I got quite a few
Several.
dollars.
I'll go.
All right.
Nice, thank you.
How about you, Mr. President?
So today I'll put a happy 10 in. Sunday is my daughter's 26th birthday.
No way.
Yeah, 26. That's like, you know, when you're like out to here and walking like this, like 26 years of parenting. Yikes. But I'm still happy about it, so some days. So
Awesome.
I'll put that happy.
And how long ago was it that she was here to receive a scholarship?
When did she graduate? 13, I think.
Yeah.
13. Yeah, I think 13. Yeah, so now she's just finishing her second year of law school.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Ms. Bell.
I'm happy to have my car back and be able to drive.
All right. Excellent. Good deal. Anybody here in our virtual land happy?
Well, how come everybody went dark?
I know, they went dark and quiet.
Yeah,
Speak now or
Dawn.
hold your peace. Larry's trying to talk.
There's Dawn.
Well, I'm
Just
happy
trying to
that
pack.
We're going to Disneyland this week.
You're going to Disneyland?
Going to Disneyland.
All right.
Granddaughters will be there, but they're going to bring their parents for some reason.
To pay.
Yeah.
Larry, are you $1 happy for every year in Rotary?
Am I happy for
$1? Oh
every
my
year?
God. I could almost buy a margarita for that.
Well, who else is happy here?
Look at Ron. He looks really happy.
Can't hear you, Ron.
I'm always happy.
Yeah,
Yes,
you are.
All right. Good deal. Thank you, everybody up there. All right. What do you got?
I will throw in some money. I missed last week because I had gone to see Cirque the night before and wanted to sleep in. The show was wonderful, and I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but it makes me happy because today is payday and tomorrow I'm headed to wine country.
Nice.
Wine country that way?
Crosser.
Or, okay.
Just for a weekend.
Just for a weekend, sure. And will she bring anything back?
Definitely.
All right, how about this table?
Well, I'm happy that we're gonna give away some scholarships to some very deserving students again this year.
Excellent.
I'm happy that I got the official invite, thank you. And so,
It was a rigorous test.
a member.
Well,
Okay, I may have said she has a vote at the meeting, so.
Oh.
no, you didn't may say that. You definitely. You've been outed.
Okay, so here's my dream. My dream is a Viking fleet, right? So we've got Marcus's boat, we've got Linda's boat. We're gonna, you know,
I heard about your.
yeah, Jim and Ron, I think he keeps his on the other side. We're making a fleet. Yeah, we are.
Yeah. I'm also more than that, as happy as that is.
Yes, you are more than that, I'm sorry.
I have a canoe. I have a canoe of that.
You're
I found
out.
out last night that my granddaughter is gonna have a baby, which I'm not saying what that makes me.
What?
Thank you.
What? Oh,
She just got married in October, so she's pretty excited.
so what's your name gonna be?
Hmm?
What's your name gonna be?
You know, she told me boy and a girl name last night.
No, your name, because nobody calls him grandma anymore.
Oh, my name, yeah, you know,
G-Man.
whatever she wants to call me.
As long as she calls you.
As long as she calls me.
So my oldest daughter is going to be 24 next month, but my youngest is going to be 17 on Sunday.
That's crazy.
Oh, you're this close.
Close.
This close.
That's amazing.
I was in DC this week and I got to hear the President Biden. Valentine's Day, I hope all of you got your property tax bills in the mail this week. Happy Valentine's Day for the county. I noticed it was
Oh, that's a good point.
Treasurer Sullivan sent those out, but if you have questions, email the assessor, not your councilman.
Can't bring you the bill?
And then here's another $1 from Mr. Lappy.
Well, I did receive that. All right.
I'm happy that today is Friday. And I get to speak on.
And we can't wait. We can't wait.
Thank you.
This is for the internet group.
Yeah, definitely.
Hi, I'm with you. I've got a happy dollar that Lisa could make it today. Happy dollar to see Joyce here today. Happy dollar that we are doing amazing things in this town, and happy dollar that Dave and I survived COVID a couple weeks ago. It was a bad cold, but I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
All right.
We're happy about that too.
More?
I got a couple dollars, so, just happy when you had the sunshine. The chicken started really late, so I'm getting ready. And a friend gave me a really special pin. But it's my little chicken pin. Not that I'm a chicken lady.
And I'm just happy to be able to hit the regular meetings once a week. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have an introduction as we go into our amazing presentations today that I'm super excited about and I'm looking forward to?
All right, one chair coming up.
And I got one here. And then the other one, you want to come on that?
As a Zoomer, Angie, do we need to move this over here so the Zoomers can hear, or?
I think the mic is,
Oh, it's up, we're using that?
I think so.
Will you stand right there and talk for a second? Hey, Zoomers, see.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear us?
Okay, now go down half of that.
Testing
Doing
1,
really well.
Thanks, Dad.
That's
We do have the mic in there. We can look at it set up if we need to.
Yep, yes. Okay, so I asked Amelia to speak today. So back in November when we did Veterans Day, we had veterans talking, and Lauren was talking about World War II. And afterwards, Celia was talking to me about World War II. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, she was in Hawaii when Pearl Harbor was attacked. And so I thought, I love living history. I love talking to people, hearing their stories. And I think Amelia has some fabulous stories. So Amelia, I'm gonna put you in the spotlight.
Okay.
You can sit, you don't have to stand, unless you want to.
Okay, let's just, Zoomers, you can hear?
Okay, so Amelia,
Yes.
how old were you and where were you when a Pearl Harbor was attacked?
I was in Honolulu, Hawaii. At the time, I was 8 years old. And my family was visiting one of my grand uncles at the time. And we were there for, I think, about a year and a half. And I went to school in the meantime there, and it was called Kaluana School. And they had a bomb shelter, and we had to wear gas masks to school. Oh, and that wasn't very kosher.
So there was anticipation that something was gonna happen even before the attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Something, well, the government had some kind of inkling that something was going to happen. And so they prepared us for war. And to me, it was very sad to have something like this happen. But at the time, that's what history is all about, you know? You never know when you're going to get attacked by another country. And for all of us, people that lived in Hawaii, especially in Honolulu, we were very aware of the surroundings around us. And, you know, we had to cover our windows so there wasn't any light showing. And for me, it was scary. I'm a little girl of 8 years old.
Yeah.
And I have, you know, siblings below. And my mom and dad made sure that we were taken care of. But what was so scary for me is going to the bomb shelter. We had to go underground. And almost every school at the time had bomb shelters. Just in case there was an attack, at least we had something to protect us. So for me, World War II is very memorable. And then I found out in later years that I met a gentleman that was with the 442nd. I don't know if all of you remember the Japanese battalion, and they were called the 442. Anyhow, they ended up in World War II in France, Germany, Italy. And my husband was with M Company, and his sergeant was Daniel Inouye, who was a senator.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And my husband was with the M Company for 6 years before he had an honorable discharge. But, and, you know, at the time when I found out he was there and we later on, we married, he never ever talked about, you know, his experience in the service. Until one day, we got very friendly with one of the doctors that were going to, and the doctor had a son that was going to UCLA. And the doctor knew about my husband's service in the 442. Anyhow, I guess he had told his son about it because he was assigned to do an article on the 442 regiment. So he called my husband and asked if he could do an interview. And, you know, I was surprised that my husband said that he agreed, because he never ever told me or my children. So anyhow, the young man came to my home with video cameras, the whole works, which my husband didn't know. He said, Mom, because, sweetheart, there's all these people that's coming over. I said, really? I said, yeah, I didn't know this. He said, well, you know, it's a school project, so we let it pass. So anyhow, and he did the interview 3 times, so he could get everything together. And I sat in on one of the interviews, and it was heartbreaking to hear him talk. Then I found out, as he did the interview, that his battalion hung Mussolini in the town square.
Wow.
And so, you know, all this, and he never showed me the pictures of where he was, what they did. But he showed me the picture of Mussolini hanging. And I said, oh my God, how gruesome. He said, you know, sweetheart, at the time, this is war. It's either you or me, you know? And from all the experience that he had while being in the service, he had German Luger as a momentum when he, you know, discharged a body. But he had different kinds of, how do you say, ammo to protect himself. And he had several guns from Germany, Italy, and France. So I didn't know he had all of this, but you know, he put it away so nobody could see it. Then just before we moved up here, he brought it up and I said, Mom, what are you gonna do with all of this? He said, well, you know, we can't take it on the plane. I'm gonna ask my son to come here. So my youngest boy came to Los Angeles and he picked up all the ammo that my husband had and drove it back here. So I asked him, I said, what are you gonna do with it, my son? He said, you know what, Mom, maybe one of them I'm gonna save, but I'm gonna turn the rest into the police department here. And he did. But those things you never forget. They'll always be with you for the rest of your life. But for me, a lady that, you know, was born and raised in Hawaii, I think it's something that I can always remember. Right now, 85 years old, I've been through it, I've been there, done that. And you know, I'm so privileged to be part of this club. Because I heard about it so much. And you know, I thank you all for accepting me.
Love you. We love you.
Any other questions?
Let's put the name. Anybody have questions?
Does anybody have any questions?
You might tell them how many siblings you have, grew up with.
Oh, you gotta bring that up. Okay. I have 10 brothers and 11 sisters.
Oh
my
gosh. Thank you.
There's 22 of you?
21 of us.
Wow.
And out of the 21 of us still living, there's 14 of us left.
Wow.
And right now, I'm the oldest.
So did you have any older brothers that ended up
I
serving?
had, above me, I had 6 brothers, and I was the first girl. So 6 brothers, and number 7 was me. And after that, well, my mom had 2 sets of triplets.
Oh my.
Back to back.
Oh, my God. And they were all girls.
Oh,
Wow. I guess mom and dad figured, well, you know, they have to equal up the. But you know, we were such a wonderful, wonderful family. We're very close still today. We had a family reunion in 2015. There were 360 of us family. And this was held in the island I come from, Molokai. And to do that, we had it on our land, 40 acres. I still have family that operate our land. We grow flowers, coffee on our land, and macadamia nuts. And also sweet potato, which we supply Japan with. The sweet potatoes that we grow there is what Japan wants. It's a purple sweet potato. And they're very, very hard to get. You don't find it in any supermarket here. But you do find it in Ranch Supermarket in Linwood or H Mart. They carry it. But those potatoes, if you never had it, they're wonderful. They're very, very sweet. So my family on Molokai has a contract with Japan. What we grow, we send to Japan. Now, also we supply all the other islands. But, you know, having a big family, for me, we're very, very close. Like, last year, I didn't feel well, so I was in the hospital for a couple of days. And my family heard about it. They said, sis, we want to come up and see you. And they did. So I said, I'm doing okay. So we're going to try and get together for a small reunion here in May. And a couple of my siblings come. So, you know, they said, well, I told them, I said, I'll get you, you know, a hotel room. Oh no, we're all going to stay with you. I said, you know, this sister of yours had a small condo. It's only 2 bedrooms. They said, you know what, sis, we grew up sleeping on the floor, wherever. That's how we grew up. I said, but my apartment is very small. They said, they don't care. They just want to be with me. And you know, that's how tight we are.
I heard the senior center is very reasonable to rent.
Who do you think is president of the senior center?
That's why he asked.
Yeah, I know.
Anyhow, you know, you folks, we have so much activity going, this club. A lot of them I cannot do because I'm still president of the seniors. And they have me busy. Because I live so close by to the center, they forget, you know, building keys, whatever. I get a call and I'm there. But it's such a joy for me and a privilege to serve the seniors at the senior center. You know, how you say, I ho'oponopono the senior center, which means I try my best to do as much as I can because I'm a senior too. And you know, I just started ukulele and hula class over again. And one of the new members came to me and she said, why don't we change the name of the senior center? And I said, excuse me. She said, change it to Lake Stevens Kupuna Center. Kupuna in Hawaii is seniors. And I said, no, I don't think this is going to happen.
That's a nice thought. So in your family, did you speak Hawaiian?
I speak Hawaiian fluently.
But did you speak it as a family in your home?
Yes, and my mom and dad could not speak English. They just spoke Hawaiian. So for my husband to ask me for my hand in marriage, he had to talk to my dad. I had to translate. And that was not very My husband was so nervous. He said, "Oh, they don't like me." Let me tell you a little bit of my husband. My husband was a self-taught pilot. He read books and took the test to be a pilot by just reading. He became a pilot with TPA. I don't know if you folks know the airlines that we had in Hawaii. TPA. Anyway, it was a Hawaiian transport railway. He took the test for Aloha Airlines pilot test. He got. Well, working for Aloha Airlines, he was flying to all the islands across Molokai. I went to St. Francis Convent School. I wanted to become a nun. That never happened. Anyhow, I went to St. Francis Convent School. I graduated. I went to HBC. That's Honolulu Business College. And then my mom and dad needed help financially. So I went back to Molokai and I worked at Aloha Airlines front desk. Well, there was 4 other women working at front desk. And my husband at the time, to me, was a Casanova. The way he was, all the women, you know. I couldn't, think about anything else but just making sure I did my job and went home because I know that my family was waiting for me. Anyhow, he dated their problem. So, he's looking at, he's asking the women about me and they told him, you cannot, she's not interested in, she has a big family that, which is okay. And we grew up close to the ocean. Our home was here, the ocean was there. So the ocean was, for us, was our playground. And that's where I learned how to surf. And my whole family, sisters and brothers, we always went surfing during the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. From the sky, we asked one of the women where I lived, and they told me. And then we came in, we were all on a truck, ready to go surfing. And my father said, "Who's that?" I said, "You know what, Dad? That he's a pest. I'll just get rid of it." So he said, "Oh," I said, "What do you do here?" He said, "Oh, I thought maybe we can go for, drive and stuff." I said, "You know what? Do you have your swing truck with you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Good, all of us." We went to the ocean, and it's good that we had an extra surfboard. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "You're going to go surfing with us." And I said, and he said, "But I don't know how to surf." I said, "We'll teach you." Well, that's the first he ever saw a whole bunch of family members out there and putting his, trying to get on the surfboard and paddle out, and I said, "You just do this." By the time he got out there, all of us were coming in already. So my oldest brother said, "Sis, well, I'm gonna bring it in." And I did. But, it took him about 2.5 years before he asked to marry. And, we've had a wonderful marriage together. He passed away at age 86. and we were already married 53 years. And we had 4 wonderful children. I lost a son 3 years ago from cancer. I had 2 sons and 2 daughters. So right now I have 1 son who's with Alaska Airlines. And I have 2 daughters that live in Hawaii. One live in Kauai, and one in New York. So, you know, I get to see my children quite often when I can. But because of this pandemic, it's kept me from going surfing, and I really, really miss it.
I remember you telling us that she would go back to Hawaii to visit and she would surf. I was like, wow, okay.
And, you know, when you have someone that works for the airlines that can help you.
Yeah, that helps.
You take advantage of it. And so, yeah, I live a exciting life. I don't associate with everybody because I'm so busy. But you know, my heart is full of love for all of you. Anytime you need me, for prayer or for anything, I do that. And I thank you guys very much.
She's an awesome ukulele instructor. Hula. If you want to learn hula, you better find out from Auntie how it is all done.
How are your ukulele classes?
So, you know,
Slow.
my invitation is, if you folks have a, you know, a family gathering or like all of us get together, maybe during the summertime and have a barbecue, I can bring my group and we can play beautiful Hawaiian music.
I was thinking about what you're talking about with the farm, the family farm and stuff, and so I'm putting together a trip. Right?
Me too.
We're gonna get on the boat with some coffee and some macadamia nuts. Then we're gonna sail over to the house with the wonderful deck. And maybe have a little Hawaiian music. We've got a plan.
So Lisa's from Hawaii too.
Well, that's why you're knowing.
So this was a perfect first introduction, and we have Hawaiian stuff every Friday. It's amazing.
Auntie, I grew up on Oahu. But anyhow, mahalo, and thank you so much for having me explain to you my life. It was, by the way, before, when I retired from American Honda Motor Company, I worked there for 35 years. My husband and I went on a 6-month trip throughout the United States on a motorcycle. And I still have my motorcycle license. So I tried to get a triple, you know, motorcycle. My son said, well, Mom, I don't think you should ride, you know, any motorcycle anymore. But you can get it for me. I said, excuse me. But yes, I still have my motorcycle license.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank
Wow. Thank you so much, Amelia, and thank you, Lori. This is really Lori's brainchild, interviewing our club members. Thank you so much. And this has been a great series, and so I would love to see it continue.
So if anybody has a story or has a friend who has a story that you'd like to do that kind of format, we can do it.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming. If anyone is interested, Gary, are you going to the Buzz?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we've started this new thing that anyone is interested, we head down to the Buzz Inn, we get coffee and bad eggs, and it's super fun because we get to talk about things that aren't Rotary. Imagine that, I didn't know they really existed, but they do, and we have a lot of fun. So join us, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye, Zoomers.
Yes, great talking to you too. Look forward to
Thanks for saving the day. That was really the perfect storm that you